Top of the 8th and a new pitcher into the ballgame for the Walla Walla Sweets as the Applesox still hold a 3-1 lead in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Brandon Monty back with you, broadcasting Sweets Baseball on YouTube Live. Caden Kilbert is into the game for Walla Walla. Tall right-hander from Washington State, kicks, deals from the stretch. First pitch, throws a fastball to Dakota Duffalo. It's a called strike. 2-3-4 to the plate for Wenatchee. Duffalo, Grobe, Bethencourt. Up to bat. 0-1. Ever gets a swing and a miss. Good fastball. Low part of the zone. 0-2. Caden Kilbert, top 5 in the West Coast League with 38 strikeouts in 28 2/3 innings of work. 14th appearance of the summer. That leads the team. 0-2. Slider gets him to swing and miss. Ball deflects straight back off the backstop. Wetterow, bare hands, throws to first in time for out number 1. A good pitch by Kilbert to get Duffalo to chase, and then good reaction that time by Wetterow. Ball kicks straight back off the backstop right toward home plate. Good reflexes by Wetterow to spin around, bare hand, and make the on-target throw. Kilbert's 39th strikeout of the summer. He's now struck out a batter in every appearance he's made since June 13th. Next up is Adam Grobe. Grobe is 1 for 3. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, bouncing ball to short. Myro the 4th. Backhands off the short hop, a bullet over to first in time. 6-3 on the ground out. And another good defensive play over at short by Myro the 4th. 2 down. So 2 quick outs for Caden Kilbert. A pitcher that Larry Price particularly likes to use against right-handed batters. He's been very successful against right-handers this summer, and he looks for a 1-2-3 inning here against the 2-3-4 part of the Applesox lineup. Tino Bethencourt has reached base once tonight at a walk. He later scored, and he's also struck out twice. First pitch, fastball, low. Good sinking action, but drops out of the zone, 1-0. Caden Kilbert has allowed just 1 earned run in his last 5 appearances. 8 1/3 innings of work during that stretch. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Fastball ran inside on the right-hander Bethencourt, and that's exactly why Larry Price likes to have Kilbert pitching against these righties. Can run that fastball right in on that inside corner. 1-1 to Bethencourt. From the stretch, Kilbert deals from the middle of the rubber. Good slider. Great late movement to that one in on that inside corner once again, and it's 1-2. Part of the order due up for the Sweets in the bottom of the 8th as they try to come back and get a victory here to start the series. 1-2. Slider, got him. Good pitch, running low and away. Bethencourt is set down. Second strikeout of the inning for Kilbert, his 40th of the summer, and he sets down the Apple. Top of the 9th, and the Applesox have a 3-1 lead over the Walla Walla Sweets. Brandon Monty back with you, broadcasting Sweets Baseball on YouTube Live. 5, 6, 7 up for the Applesox. It starts with Luke Stuka. Caden Kilbert to the hill. First pitch, fly ball. Shallow center, running in, and unable to make the catch. This is center fielder Seth Ryberg. So the outfield shuffled around for the Sweets from the start of the game. Ryberg, who started in right field, is out in center. Nation Wood takes over in left field after he came in as a pinch hitter for the starting center fielder Matthew Clark, and Justin Foles moved to right. Bloop base hit by Stuka puts the leadoff man on for Colin Villegas. Kilbert deals. Line drive, hits softly into right field. Back-to-back first pitch base hits. Villegas extends his on-base streak to 12 games. Luke Stuka, bloop base hit to start the top of the 9th. Villegas reaches down for the low slider, and pokes it into right. 2 base hits in a row, the first hits of the ball game for the Applesox since they scored 2 runs back in the top of the 4th. 5 hits in the game now for Wenatchee, and up to the plate comes the catcher, John Newman Jr. John Newman Jr. is 0 for 2. Pop out, hit by pitch, and a strikeout. It's now Colin Wetterow, the catcher for the Sweets, calls out a play. Newman Jr. back into the box from the right side. Kilber steps off, looks over to second. Stuka back without a play. Newman Jr., the catcher from the University of California, Santa Barbara, home of the Guachos, team that made the NCAA tournament this past spring. First pitch in the dirt. Wetterow, it's in front of him, now throws down to third, not in time. Stuka takes third, and also moving to second base is Villegas. The ball getting just far enough away from Wetterow there to where Stuka can advance. He got a good jump on the slider. And it's second and third now with nobody out as the infield moves in on the grass for Walla Walla. 1-0 count to John Newman Jr. Here it comes. Bouncing ball hit back up the middle, goes between the legs of Kilber into center for a base hit. Stuka scores, Villegas scores as well. It's a 2-run single for John Newman Jr. and the Applesox extend their lead to 5-1. Kilber just not quite able to get that glove down in time. John Newman Jr. with his 6th and 7th RBIs as a Wenatchee Applesox catcher. He stands at first with nobody out. 3 straight singles here in the top of the 9th for Wenatchee. Next up is Garrett Cutting, the 8th hitting second baseman. Cutting looking for his first hit. Takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. And with that base hit, John Newman Jr. picking up his first hit since July 7th. Snaps an 0 for 11 drought. 0-1. Slider low and away. Count evens at 1. Cutting walked and was later caught stealing his last trip to the plate. Two-one count. Here's the pitch. That one's low, 3-1. Those 2 runs, the first runs of the ball game for either team since the bottom of the 5th when the Sweets played a run on the triple by Conniff, their only run of the game. For the Applesox, their first run since the top of the 4th where they put up a 2 spot there as well. Three-one count. One Pac-12 player facing another. 3-1 pitch is a fastball just outside. Or was it? It was a 3-1 count. There's no. I guess it's 3-2. Pitch on the way, line into the right field corner. Running over is Justin Fulls. He won't get to this one. Cutting, going to second. He slides in safely with a double. John Newman Jr. to third, and it's 4 straight hits here to start the top of the 9th for Wenatchee. Double by Garrett Cutting moves John Newman Jr. over to third, and out comes pitching coach Ryan Johnston out of the Sweets dugout. 7 hits now in the ball game for Wenatchee. The 8th hit of the summer for Garrett Cutting as the entire infield converges here toward Caden Kilber. Just a reminder, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to Walla Sweets baseball here this summer and YouTube Live, where you can catch all remaining Walla Walla Sweets home games. The Sweets will play 2 more home games in this series against Wenatchee on Wednesday and Thursday night. Those games all starting at 6:35 Pacific. You can stream right here at the Walla Walla Sweets YouTube page, where you can also watch the Sweets Scoop and the Sweets post-game shows presented by Iron Horse Brewery and Cascade Natural Gas. So 4 straight hits here for Wenatchee. 3 singles in a row by Luke Stuka, Villegas, and John Newman Jr. John Newman Jr. driving in 2 runs on the single back up the middle. And now a double by Garrett Cutting puts runners at second and third for the number 9 hitter, Enzo Apodaca. Infield once again in on the grass. Apodaca hitless in the ballgame thus far. He's 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. First pitch tips one foul off the catcher. Left-handed arm getting loose for the Sweets in the bullpen appears to be Noah Cerna. Kilber back to the hill, tries to work his way out of this jam. Here's the 0-1. Fastball runs outside, deflects off the backstop, however, and both runners stay put. So Wetero heads out to have a quick conversation with Caden Kilber. Wenatchee Applesox 2-9 in their last 11 visits to Walla Walla. But so far, they've had control of this ballgame from start to finish and are threatening to break things open here in the top of the 9th. Apodaca, the redshirt freshman from Gonzaga, stands back in. Count is 1-1, the pitch. Takes a slider in on the inside corner. Good pitch by Kilber. It's 1-2. The Walla Walla Sweets have not lost a home series to Wenatchee since the Sweets' inaugural season back in 2010. One and two is the count to Apodaca. Here's the pitch. Poked foul, left side, barely able to get a piece. And the count stays put. This is the 75th all-time matchup between the teams. The Sweets lead the all-time series 40-34. And the Sweets are 23-15 against the Applesox here at Borleski. Another 1-2 pitch coming up from Kilber. Fastball is low, 2-2. 2-2 count, 2 men on and nobody on. Nobody out. 2-2 pitch, slider away. Count runs full. Cerna has stopped throwing out of the left field corner. This could be the last batter here for Caden Kilber. Payoff pitch. Hit foul left side. Apodaca continues to battle. Count remains full. Enzo Apodaca, 244 hitter entering this game. 203 against righties with 1 home run. Good battle here as another 3-2's on the way. Popped up. Over towards short. Myra the fourth trots back, makes the catch for out number 1. So a big first out there for Caden Kilber in the top of the 9th as he looks to limit the damage to 2. Lineup flips over now for the Applesox as up comes Michael O'Hara. Left-handed hitting O'Hara back to the plate. He's 1 for 4. He's been set down his last 3 trips after doubling in the top of the first to start the game. First pitch. Pokes one over towards short once again. Myra the 4th able to make the catch. And back-to-back pop-outs to the shortstop make it 2 away. So good pitching by Caden Kilber, bouncing back from allowing 4 hits to start the top of the 9th. Gets 2 pop-outs in a row to the shortstop, Paul Mybro the 4th, as he tries to get out of it with just the 2 runs allowed. Into the box is Dakota Duffalo. 5th trip to the plate. He's 0 for 4. Still second and third with 2 outs. The pitch. Slider. Little bit outside, apparently. It's 1-0. Dakota Duffalo entering this game first on the Applesox in average and tied for first in hits. The 1-0. Slider, that one's a strike. Called for a strike right there. It's 1-1. Kilber, the 3rd pitcher to take the mound tonight for Walla Walla, facing Duffalo. Kokodinsky started the game with 5 innings. Logan Hurd, 2 scoreless to follow. 1-1. Slider ripped into the air, straight away center. Seth Ryberg lost the ball as it drops in front of him. 2 runs come in to score, and the Applesox take a 7-1 lead. Ryberg didn't move off contact there. The ball dropped to his right toward left center field. May have lost it in the lights that time, and the Applesox extend their lead to 6. 4 runs across here in the top of the 9th inning for Wenatchee. Out comes manager Larry Price. So it appears that could be it here for Caden Kilber, as it looks like he'll turn to Noah Cerna to try to get the final out here in the top of the 9th. So 5 hits here in the top of the 9th for Wenatchee. They've plated 4 runs to make it a 7-1 game, as now